What's up, you guys? It's your girl Cherie, and I'm back again with another video. This time, we're talking all things tech, specifically my DJI Action 4. Let's get into it. Okay, so here's the box. We're actually gonna be unboxing it together, but I've already unboxed it myself. I ordered mine from Amazon. Mine was pre-owned, like new, and it was a little bit cheaper. I always do that if they have their option because, I mean, it's like new, and if I don't like it, I can return it. So make sure if you ever do that, you make sure that it has the return option on there as well. Love Amazon Prime. Down. Okay, I'll make sure to link this camera down below so that you can go pick it up as well if you are an Amazon Prime user. If not, then I'll have another link down there that you can use that's not on Amazon, so you can pick it up for the low. I personally paid this amount. I don't remember exactly how much I paid, but I'll put it up on the screen. It was definitely less than $200, so I wanted to bring this camera to you guys so that you can see what you could get for $200 or less. Okay, honey, period. Now, I did get mine on sale, so it may not be under $200 when you go look at it. Plus, as the popularity grows with this camera, the price is probably gonna go up. So it depends on when you watch this video, what the price will be. I'm just letting you guys know I bought mine used like new while there was a sale going on from Amazon. Okay, so these are a few of the things that come in my box. This is the box of accessories. This is the camera. Comes in this little box here. And then this I actually bought separately, so I'll talk about this last. Now, let's get into all of the specs of this DJI Osmo Action 4. Now, everyone knows about the DJI Osmo Pocket 3 or Pocket 4, whatever the case may be, whichever one is the newest. It's very popular right now in 2025. Everyone's loving that camera. But I wanted to find something that was a similar filming quality, but of a significantly less price. And I didn't want to get something off-brand because I tried that once before to get like an off-brand, no label, no brand camera, and the quality wasn't there. So I figured, let me pick this one up since I know it's name brand. They have a good rep when it comes to quality of camera. So I wanted to pick this one up. Now, as you can see, my camera already has a case on it. I don't know if you can tell. So I'll show you. I keep the case on there for protection because I'm very clumsy. I think they call it a cage if you're looking to buy one separately. So this is the cage, and this is the camera. This is, like I said, one of the accessories. But let's talk about the camera itself really quickly. So this camera features a lens here on the front and a screen here on the front as well for a viewfinder so that you can see yourself, selfie mode. But on the back of this camera, it also features a screen as well, which has fingerprints on it because I've used it. This is the screen on the back where you can see full scale what you're looking at. This screen is about the same size as a digital camera screen. Excuse my ashy hands, y'all. But you know, you would have this little screen on the digital camera with the buttons beside it and like extra stuff going on around it. This one doesn't have all of that, which I love how compact it is. I don't have all those unnecessary buttons. So let's talk about the buttons. So here on the side, you have the power button, as you can see. Here on the top, you have the capture button or the shutter button. Before we turn the camera on, I'm actually going to show you the other parts of the exterior of this camera. So here is where you would charge your camera. It takes a USB-C charger. I also had to insert the battery myself. So this is the battery right here. It came separate from the camera. I did have to install that myself. But once I installed the battery into the camera, I haven't taken it out since I got it because I just charge it with the battery inside of the camera. Now here and here, there is magnetic strips, so you can actually use the mounts that it comes with, and you can also use the tripod that's magnetic as well. So that's one key feature about this camera that I really love. And it also has that magnetic strip with the cage on it as well. So let's go ahead and turn on my DJI Action 4. All right, so as you can see, this screen says that it's locked. And you can see me, hey. And now when I turn the camera around, you can see what's going on the back screen here. And then I can turn it to selfie mode as well. So this screen says that it's locked because I can't really touch this screen since this screen is the one that I would be touching. Currently my SD card is already inside of the camera, and I'll tell you guys which SD card to use because I actually bought the wrong one first. So I wanted to let you guys know. Make sure you watch all the way to the end of this video to find out what SD card that I use. As you can see, this is where the battery is. The battery level here. The battery on this camera is really, really good. I've honestly picked it up to use it several times. I'll charge it a little bit here and there as I go in the car. But I don't charge it every day or very long, and the battery lasts for a very long time. So I love that. Here's your zoom. You hold it down and you can zoom in and out just like on the iPhone. Love that. Here are some of your quick settings. I'll do another video on settings soon, but if you are a vlogger like I am, I would suggest this video. I'll pop it up on the screen. I would suggest this video to go watch to put your settings in a vlogger mode. Here, this little play button over here to the left, you can click that. I know it's hard to see. Let me angle it up. Okay. This little play button over here is how you play back your videos. You can swipe up to go from video to video. Another key feature about this that I really love is that if you quick click the power button, so if you just tap it really fast, it takes you to some other shooting options. So this little camera down here, I can click this. I can go from photo, which this camera takes really good pictures in good lighting, I will say that. I can do video. I can do slow-mo, which be careful to not put your camera in slow-mo if you don't want it in slow-mo. And then here I can do time-lapse, which is also really cool as well. I usually keep mine in video mode, of course. All right, I'm going to start recording on this camera so that I can pop this footage in so you guys can see what the footage is looking like. You can probably see me here on the viewfinder if it's not blurred out. And you can compare and contrast what it looks like between my phone camera, which is what I'm filming on now, an iPhone 16, and my DJI Action 4. Very good, very crisp, very clear, clean. I'm gonna actually unlock this front screen here because then I can play with the zoom using the front screen. So I'm gonna hold this down, zoom in a bit so you can see what the zoom is like. Ah, so good. Look at my skin. Ah. The quality on this eats. You can see my settings here at the bottom are 1080p. Well, you probably can't see this. You could probably only see the footage. But my settings at the bottom of my camera are in 1080p 100. That's what I like to film in. As you can see, it's very crisp. And I love how crisp that quality is with the 1080p over 100. So yeah, guys. Very similar footage quality as my camera, as my phone camera. So I'm gonna stop it. The buttons are a little difficult to press, I'm not gonna lie. One key thing that I will say that I love about this camera is the fact that it's waterproof. I love that it has that cage to go on it. That's a protection as well, like additional, like a case that you put on your phone so that it doesn't crack. It comes with that, with this package that I got. I think I got the standard kit. If I'm wrong, I'll pop it up on the screen, but I do love that it comes with that. Some of the other accessories, let me put this down so I don't drop it again. Some of the other accessories that it comes with in this box are a charger with a little screw here. You can see it has this little screw, which is what you would use to screw it on and off of like the mounting, the things you want to mount it on. And when I was talking about the magnet, this is one of the pieces that you can put the camera on. So this can actually be attached to something like this. I know people who are bikers and things like that, they utilize this. So you put this in like this. This actually has a sticker on it. So you can stick this to the top of your helmet. You can stick this to the top of your motorcycle. I know some people who vlog in their car, they stick it to their dash in their car, or even to their rear view mirror that's outside of their car, and they film inside of their car, like from that perspective, which is really cool. And it has like a little curve in it, so you can put it on stuff like the dash or the rear view mirror, and it'll actually stick. I don't know about a window, because windows are usually flat or curved the opposite direction, but you could definitely use this for that. So it has a little sticky on it, you would peel off. This you can attach to different things, and then you use this screw to make sure it stays in place and doesn't flop off of this. So with this not attached, this can easily be pulled on and off. It has a nice little, it sticks in there, but it doesn't stay in there with the camera on. So you want to screw that in. But the cool thing about that is I can keep that sticky stuck on anything. So I can have 6 different ones of those, have one on my car, one on the outside of my car, one on my bike, one on my helmet, and then I can just switch between different angles at different times, which is really cool. So this part would actually just stay on the camera. So this here has a magnet, and it has 2 buttons on the side as well for additional security. Let me turn the camera off. It's stuck on there so good. So this actually works with the camera, and it also works with the cage as well. And it magnets on there, and then it clips on there as well. So it's very sturdy. And if I were to mount it to anything, I wouldn't have to worry about the camera falling off of this. And then with the screw, this is the charger, obviously. And then with the screw in there, I wouldn't have to worry about it coming off of the mount as well. And then to detach it, I would press the 2 buttons on each side, pull with that magnet, and now I have it detached again. Okay, cool kids. So before you go, I just wanted to give you guys a couple of more things, tidbits, if you will, that you should take along when it comes to the DJI Action 4. So first thing is the memory card. I told you guys I would tell you about it at the end. Listen, don't just go get a micro SD card, because not all micro SD cards are made the same. Not all of them are compatible with this camera. So the one that is compatible with this camera, if you don't want to get an error message when you turn your camera on and put the memory card in, the one that you need to get is the 4K UHD U3 Action. You see how it says Action right there? This is the memory card you need, specifically SanDisk. I didn't have any issues with my SanDisk, specifically V30. You see how it says V30? If it doesn't have U3 V30 on there, it's not gonna work. This one is 128 gigabytes, so I'm gonna be able to use this for up to 320 minutes of 4K footage, plus 800 photos, plus if I wanted to add music to this SD card, I could add 1040 songs all at the same time on this SD card. That's how much it holds. So with it holding 320 minutes plus all of that other stuff, you could probably hold up to like 500 minutes of just footage on this camera. Very, 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 very good amount of storage on this micro card. And let me tell you how you would get this off. So typically with my point and shoot camera, I use a regular SD card, not a micro SD, and I have a SD card reader which reads micro SD cards as well as regular SD cards. But with this particular camera, I wanted to tell you guys that you have an app which is called Mimo that you could download on your iPhone, and you can actually transfer the files and the videos, the pictures, all of that directly from, straight from, or directly from, I put the 2 words together, from the camera to your phone without even having to remove the SD card. So you can charge this camera without taking the battery out. You can transfer your files without taking the SD card out. It's perfect. That is one of my favorite features about this camera, is that I don't even have to take the SD card out to transfer the files. So I can go onto the Mimo app, download the footage, upload it straight to social media in just a simple 1, 2, 3 steps. I can even airdrop it to people in 1, 2, 3 steps. Super smooth and easy. So I hope that helps you guys. I hope this SD card is the one that you get so you don't have any issues. This is the Extreme Plus. I would highly suggest that you get the Extreme Plus SD card for this camera. And I'm not sure if you guys want me to do like a comparison video. I have homegirls who have the DJI Pocket camera. We can do a comparison with that one. We can also do another comparison video for going spec by spec with the iPhone as well as with this camera as well. So let me know if that's something you guys would be interested in. Most of this video I filmed it on my iPhone 16 in cinematic mode. This portion of the video I'm filming with the front facing camera on my phone. So I wanted to compare and contrast these two different qualities as well, because of course the cinematic mode is going to be much better. So let's go ahead and do a quick part 2 of the comparison. And this time I'm gonna make sure I don't have it in slow-mo, because last time it was definitely in slow-mo. So this is the quality in comparison to a standard iPhone video footage rather than like cinematic. So if you have a phone that doesn't have cinematic mode, your footage would more than likely look a little bit more like this here in comparison to the DJI Action 4. So I just wanted to pop that in there as well for you guys. Mwah. Mwah. And that's it for this video, you guys. If I missed anything, let me know. I don't mind doing a part 2. And if you have any questions, make sure to drop them down below in the comment section. Check out all of the links for all of the things that I mentioned here in this video in the description box, as well as some of my other creator essentials, which I have on my website, luxury.com. So if you don't already know about my website, definitely click the link below so you can go check it out. I have fashion, beauty, travel, tech, fragrance, all of my different recommendations there in one place. So check it out. Let me know what you think about it, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.